Hello all, I'm assuming if you clicked on the title of this video, you can kinda know what it's about. If not, for some reason, it's about, the fact that I am taking up an extreme demon with pretty much no skill whatsoever, and several people have been wondering why I am doing this, like how am I gonna do it, if I can even do it, and to be honest, I don't really even know if I can do it. It's just, I mean, it's an extreme demon. It's hard, and I mean, the payoff will be great. It'll be super satisfying if or when I beat it. And it's a rather easy extreme demon at that. Admitted, the Lost Existence is probably the easiest, or one of the easiest extreme demons out there. I mean, its main issue is its length, and I mean, length, it's difficult, but I mean, it keeps a pretty decent consistency across the first half and the second half. The first half is like a breeze, and then the second half is where everything gets hard and where I spend more and more attempts. So, and for why I'm doing, I don't know. I just wanted a challenge, really, and I didn't really know any good demons to like pick up right away. Like any demon I played, I didn't really progress on that much. And for like, they just seemed really hard to me. So that's one reason why I'm doing this instead of doing some other demon in between doing this one. But another, it's just kind of, just for the achievement, you know, saying that you went from a low-end medium demon to an extreme demon. I mean, that's just cool in my opinion. Another, like, if I can do it, if I can, I can do it, but the question is more not if I can do it, it's how long it will take me to do it. I mean, at the current rate, I've been progressing on it pretty well. I've cut my, it used to take me a couple hundred attempts, around 400 to 500 attempts to beat the level. It used to take me 1,000 earlier this year, but it got cut down to around 500-ish in a more recent run I had. And then I managed to cut it down to 300 attempts even more, so I'm progressing on it, I'm getting better, but it's just, I mean, I'm completing all the individual parts, but my main issue is going to be trying to stitch all of those parts together in this slog that's probably going to take most of the winter. I mean, hopefully by January I can start to consistently run the level. The only issues I'm having with this is the wave section, like at 39, I'm pretty sure the wave section at 39. The retro nuclear kind of, I don't know what it's called, the factory style section at, what is it? It's around halfway through. And of course, the very ending, the final wave section, just because it's like, you've been playing it for so long and it's just stress. Those are really the only parts that have been challenging me. The Deadlock theme section used to challenge me, but I've recently gained a skill to pass it. And now we come to the technological difficulties I'm having. I have a good computer, or laptop, I guess you could call it. There's no doubt about that. But its issue is that it runs super slow whenever I try to record the Lost Existence, or any level of that matter. It just runs slow in general for Geometry Dash, because it wasn't built for gaming. I was like, it was several years ago I bought it, and I didn't really put gaming into perspective on that. I just bought it because it had a hefty price tag. Unfortunately, that means it can't run the full detailed version of the Lost Existence. I have to play the ULDM, otherwise the ball section, it just lags immensely. It just becomes near unplayable. And then further on, it just even though the Lost Existence only has 30,000 objects, it just can't run it for some reason. Even on the ULDM, whenever I tried to record it, it just runs a lot slower. I noticed, I did a test a couple days ago. I recorded myself beating the level in practice mode, not 0 to 100 run. Not a 0 to 100 run, I went from 0 to 100. And it took me around, with the recording, it took me around 500 attempts and like 20 something minutes. Now you may not think that that's bad, because that was my average. Then I played it without recording, and it got cut near in half. From 500-ish to not near in half, 500-ish to 350, actually 349 attempts. And around 16 minutes of gameplay. Which is insane, and the main reason is, it was so laggy when I was playing it. Like, sometimes the game dropped to around 7 to 10 frames per second in certain portions, especially the swing copter part, around 50, 60-ish. It really started to lag there. That was a real pain to get through. But without recording, it runs decently fine, and I don't have hardly any lag, which is great. It's just the issue is when I try to record it, like, I have to record it to show it off, to prove like, hey, I did this thing. I can't really do it. I mean, it looks fine to you guys. It just looks terrible on my end. Same goes for streaming. It just really runs down the performance of the level and just makes it really hard for me to play it. Also, my computer kind of became a fire hazard. It got to like 110 degrees a couple days ago when I was running it and recording at the same time. So I'm getting a new computer. When I get that in around later this month, it should be easier for me to record, considering the fact that I took into account what a good gaming computer is, or gaming laptop is. So it should be easy, and I might be able to start. Hopefully, that will help me improve my skill, and maybe around January, February-ish, I might be able to start streaming the level. Because hopefully by then I'll have gained the consistency to be able to actually start doing the runs. Like, I can do the individual parts. It's just, like I said earlier, stitching them together. That's going to be the main issue of this. It's just going to be difficult. Also, the only really main problem I have is just technical limitations and my own mental well-being, because it's probably going to run down that a lot, just because you're doing something so much harder. It's just hard. It's just hard to do. With the level, its length. That's the main issue. That's the only issue I'm gonna really have beating the level. It's just so darn. It requires more consistency than skill. Controversial opinion, I'm saying. But it still requires a hefty amount of skill, and I don't have that skill right now. But I do notice that there's around one benefit of playing a level that's so much harder than above your skill level, is that you start to gain that skill as you play that level more. Like, I notice now, I can do fast straight fly a lot better. Like, I can pass the deadlocked theme section in almost 1 or 2 attempts. The boss fight, the boss fight's hard, but I mean, that's just memory. It's just, when I beat the level, or if I beat the level, blah blah blah, whatever term you want to use, I'm gonna be a lot better at the game. That's just a fact. Just because of the skill I'm gonna gain from playing the level, which is gonna be an advantage to me, and also it's gonna help me prepare for more extreme demons or more harder levels. Even though after this I probably won't do another extreme demon for a long time. It's just because, I mean, sure, it's fun for bragging rights, but it's just harder. It's just really hard to do. So the Lost Existence will probably be my only extreme demon for a while, and then I'll probably just calm down. Maybe beat Bloodbath around my 50th Cataclysm, maybe 25th, but that's a stretch. Maybe I move on to like hard demons. You know, for some reason I find the Lost Existence easier than most hard demons, including Dark Travel. I don't know how, just Dark Travel just seems so much harder to me, even though it's easier, because the Lost Existence is an extreme demon, and Lonely Dark Travel is hard. But that's pretty much all I have to say. I mean, this is more just like a talking video than anything else. I mean, this is probably structured terribly now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm just going off on going down the rabbit hole. But hey, that's just me, so that's a shame. But yeah, that's the main reason why I'm taking up this demon. And it's gonna be hard, I know that. It's gonna be really hard for me. But I think I can do it. It'll just take a long time for me to do it. Hopefully, if all goes well, it'll be done around February-ish. So that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. Not really that much else to talk about. I think I covered all the main points. Maybe I'll answer any questions in the comments. But that's pretty much it. So, see you next time. Goodbye. Ooh, I can grab stuff out of here.